NFC conference yesterday. You know, we heard about some of these predictions backstage, and y'all kill us on the show, but just wait till you see these come out on Instagram. Man, oh man. So this week we're gonna talk about the AFC. And we really gotta start. We're gonna do it in the same order. So if you watched the show yesterday, we went NFC South first. So we're gonna do the same thing today.
We can do the North last. If you got all those in the chat.
Yeah. That's the most controversial one. So you know how we're
Yeah.
gonna say that. I gotta
North and
save that
East.
one for last. So I'm glad you said that. Actually, we should do East first because that's the one the video jumping, right? That panel did numbers. So we're gonna take it on down south to one of the most controversial divisions right now in football, and we're gonna talk about the AFC South. And because it's down south, you know, with Florida at, somebody be repping the U all the time. So we're gonna start with you, Dave. Who you got winning this division?
So I got the Jaguars winning this division. I got the Jags winning. I got the Titans finishing second. I believe the Colts will finish last, which leaves. Why can I not get this team? Texans. Oh, sorry, my bad. So
They took your coach. That's why.
So yeah, I believe the Texans will finish third. But I think 3 and 4 will be pretty close. For one, this is Bryce, the CJ Stroud's first season in NFL. With a new rookie head coach, my guy, you know, who was defensive coordinator with us last year. So I think they're going to be a formidable foe. He also has Will Anderson on the defensive side that they drafted. You know, came out of Alabama, so he's going to be a really good defensive player. Could win defensive rookie of the year, so who knows what's going to happen. We got some other guys to talk about, but I believe with the addition of Calvin Ridley with the Jaguars, that helps that team. They already made the playoffs last year without Calvin Ridley, and I think he does nothing but help them out. So I believe Trevor Lawrence is going to have a better year this year. That's not to say he had a bad year last year, but I think he's going to have an even better year this year with Calvin Ridley. Christian Kirk, so he has 2 weapons out there now. So I got Jaguars winning that division.
Joe?
All right. So at 4, Colts. Colts are not going to be good this year at all. They just not a good team. So Richardson, I think that he's not ready to be that guy that's going to carry him places. He's going to have moments in games, but it's going to be rare he puts together a complete game. Really, I think this whole year, maybe towards the back end of the season, he might get a win when he played well, but early on, I think it's going to be bad. But it's going to be learning curves for him though. So it's going to be a kind of a good bad for his career. Number 3, I got the Texans. I think the Texans are going to be that team because they're really young. They're really young defensively and offensively. They got D'Amico Ryan as a first-time head coach. And I think the Texans are going to start slow because of growing pains. And then the second half of the year, people are going to be like, man, I can see a bright future in the Texans. All right, I told y'all yesterday in the chat, CJ Stroud, I think he's going to have a decent year this year. I think he's going to be really decent this year. So I got them 4th, and I like their defense too. Number 2, as a close second, people think the Jags are going to run away with this division. The Titans are going to give them a run for their money. One thing about the Titans, I like the Titans are like the Patriots. Bill Belichick, I look at the roster since Tom Brady left, right? I look at the roster for the Patriots, and I'm like, man, there's no way they're going to contend for the playoffs. And every year, at the end of the season, they're in a fight and a hunt to make the playoffs. That's the Titans. I don't know how they got into contention last year. They were a game. They would have beat the Jazz at the end of the season and made the playoffs with Josh Dobbs as the quarterback. So I got the Titans finishing at the close second, if not number 1. Don't be surprised if the Titans win this division. And at number 1, I just got the Jazz because they're just more talented than everybody else in the division. Sure, I mean, they gotten better. Yeah, I'm sure about that. They gotten better. They got the best quarterback. The AFC South is probably the weakest quarterback division in the NFL outside of the NFC, in the AFC. And the AFC is loaded with quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence is going to be great this year. right? He's going to be really good this year. The defense is good. I like the weapons they have. They added Calvin Ridley from last year. So, yeah, just by default, I have the Jags winning, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Tigers won.
So for me, I mean, it seemed like we all read the same notes. We wrote the same. We rep the same smart tech. If you in the chat, you know what I'm talking about. Because I got the Colts at 4th, Texans at 3rd, Titans at 2, and Jacksonville winning this division. But Joe, like similar thoughts as far as with the Titans, because they could literally steal this one. Because if Jacksonville starts off bumpy like they did in that playoff game, the Titans could steal this division. Because you think they got King Henry back, Tannehill gonna be back, and they got D-Hop. With some people would say the AJ Brown replacement and Traylon Burks. So that's another young receiver who gets to learn from D-Hop.
Mm-hmm.
So you got that there, and their defense is nothing to sleep on because technically they were winning games last year with majority of their defense hurt. Trust me, I know. I watched the Cowboys game and they almost beat us, and all their starters was out. All right.
And
So look at it like that. So technically, but the Jags, the edge out for me is coaching. I mean, well, it's really not an edge out because Dougie P. And I like Mike Vrabel. I like him.
Yeah, I like Mike Vrabel too, but Dougie P got a Super Bowl ring.
He do. That's that slight edge that I give him. That's it. But other than that, what was Mike Vrabel? Where did he come from? Where did he come from? The Pats,
Came
right?
from New England.
Came from a winning coach.
He was a player, not a coach. So, but he still has that Patriot mentality. Though, I can tell.
And who's his quarterback?
With
the Jags. Now I'm talking about the Jags.
Come on, Doug P. Yeah.
Now I'm talking about Dougie P.
Sunshine.
I mean, they showed us in that, like we said earlier, that playoff game showed us that they can come back when they're down, backs against the wall. Hey, if you can win a Super Bowl with Nick Foles in Philadelphia, you can do anything in Jacksonville, bro. So I believe in you. I got the Jags winning this division. And if you all don't like it, say something in the comments.
Hey, well, it seems like somebody likes it. Kev does. Kev, we got the same order we got. So
about time you agree with us, man. He learning. He learning.
Seems like Kev's watch is working this season.
For now.
At least for that division.
For now. You know, because somebody else needs another watch and go to another time zone because they mile high right now. We gotta talk about that AFC West.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.